Hey everyone, welcome back. In this Postman tutorial, we are going to discuss about how we are going to iterate through the response array that we are getting in some of the API calls, and then we'll use for each and find, and you will understand which one is basically the best approach to go ahead and find the elements and do the operations, right? So we'll understand that all three can do the same thing basically, but it's more of readability and maintainability point of view. Whichever is simple, it best advised that you use that particular approach. Okay, so let me comment this. We have understood about the for each loop in the last video. I'll comment this out and let's understand how we are going to get the response, right? So we have already, say for example, this is the users, right? So basically request.in, this is the sample API, and we are getting the list of users. So if, say for example, let me clear the console, it's already cleared. Okay, so if I send this and then see the response, right? So if I go to the response, you will see that this is the response body. Basically it's a JSON response, and within the JSON response you will see that there is a data attribute which is a array. So it has a list of data that is there. Now from this list of data, how we can go ahead and iterate over this particular array and then fetch a particular value. So for example, I want to fetch the email ID. If the first name of the user matches Charles, I want to get the email ID for that particular user for whom the name is Charles, right? So how we are going to do this? By iterating through. So there is a for loop, for each loop, find, you can use any of these, and let's start with the for loop first. Okay, so the first thing is basically this is the JSON, right? So this is JSON. Now we have to first somehow convert it to the JavaScript object so that we can basically get the properties, right? So which we have already understood in previous videos, how we are going to get within the Postman. There is a object PM. Okay, so we can simply say PM dot response, right? So this response, and then if you say dot JSON, right? So JSON is the method which will, what it will do is it will basically get the response, okay, the response that you are getting here, okay, into a JavaScript object, right? So it will get the response body. If it is a valid JSON, the response body is a valid JSON, then it will be converted and stored into a JavaScript object. That means we can basically store it in a variable. So I can say constant response. Okay, I'll just say response, or I'll say just resp. Okay, and now the next thing is basically if you just want to check, okay, so let's see that it actually prints that. So we'll say console.log and see what gets printed when we print this response, right? So it should actually display on the console the response, right, the JavaScript object. So if we go here, you will see that this has been printed basically, and wherein we have the JavaScript object, and within there we have the data element which is an array which has 6 elements there. Now within this array, I want to iterate through this array, and I want to check if there is a first name match. I want the associated email with that particular match. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we are getting the whole JavaScript object, but in order to iterate over the array, we have to get the array first, right? So the array is the data element, right? So this is the overall JavaScript object. So in order to get this data, right, just the data array, what we have to do is we have to basically just say from this JSON. So we can say, okay, pm.response.json, and then within the brackets we'll say dot data, right? Because if you see here, okay, we have this data element which is sort of the child element there. Okay, so if we just say dot data, then in the response only the data array will be stored. So if I send this now, let's see what gets printed, right? So you'll see in the response here, okay, if I maximize here, let me clear it, send again, you will see now the response is just the array elements there. Okay, so this is basically what we are now getting. Now we have got the array. Now we can basically go ahead and iterate over this particular array. So now let me comment this statement out. We are not going to print it anymore. Okay, so now in order to iterate over this array, we'll start with the for loop. Okay, so in order to go ahead with the for loop, so I'll define a variable I. So I'll say I assign the value 0 because array index starts with 0, so we'll start with 0, right? And then while I is less than array dot length, right? So now we know that in the constant variable response, the array is stored, the response, the data array is stored. So we can say resp dot length, right? So length, length, this is the property that you can use on the array element to get the length of the array, right? And then simply increment the I. Okay, now within this for loop we want to check for a condition, right? So we'll write if condition there. Okay, so we'll say if, and then we'll say response. Now because we are using the for loop, right, so we are checking each of the value, right? So how we'll get the value out of the response array? We have to provide the index. Now with the first iteration the index will be 0, so response I will fetch the first value that is there, basically this, right? So this first index which is at the 0th, the value at 0th index. Then in the second iteration it will be incremented because there is I++, and then it will move to the second, right? So this is all we have already understood in previous videos. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, go ahead and watch them because it is all correlated, right? So we are basically checking if the response I, okay, and then we'll say triple equals and then the name, right? So whatever name you are whatever email you want to print, you have to fetch the name of that particular person, right? So if I just say okay, response I and the name is Eve, and one more thing basically, so response I and then response I response index, there are many attributes below it, right? So you have to say which response attribute you are looking for. So we are looking for first name. If you're looking for ID, you say dot ID, right? So here we are looking for first name, so we'll just say first underscore name, exactly what it's here. Okay, if response dot first name is Eve, okay, then we want to print what? The email of that particular person, right? So then we will say console.log, okay, console.log, then you print response dot email, okay. And if you see email is basically, we have to make sure that it's lowercase e ml. It's better to copy and then paste here, so there are minimal mistakes there. Okay, so that's pretty much basically how we are going to use for loop. Okay, so let me remove this console.log. So now if you see here, what we are doing, we are iterating through the array, okay, the data elements of this response that we are getting from this API users, right? And then we are iterating through each of the first names and checking each of the element array, and then checking the first name. If it equals to Eve, then we are printing that particular email on the console. So let me send this particular request and see the response. You will see that Eve.hold request.in has been printed, right? So this is how you are going to use for loop in order to iterate over the response array and then fetch a particular value. Okay, now this is first thing. Now how we are going to use for each. Okay, now we know that we have the response which is an array. Okay, so if I have to use for each, I can directly say response dot for each. Okay, and with for each we have to provide the callback function, right? So callback function we have to define. So what we'll do is we'll start with a arrow function, okay, and I'll say employee and then the arrow, okay, and now we have to check for the condition, right? So similar condition, basically we have to check that the first name equals Eve and then print the email. Okay, so then we have to start with the curly braces, and within there we want to have the condition, the check, right? So if employee, and here we can directly say employee dot, okay, first name, okay, if employee dot first name is equal to Eve, right, then what we are going to do, so within this curly brackets we just want to console.log emp dot email. Okay, so this will do exactly same thing that we have done for the for loop. Now you can see how simple this is, right? So let me comment this for loop for now and save this. Now if you see, compare in terms of for loop, we have to do the index and everything. Here what we are doing is, for each, if you just want to read it simply, you can say, you know, for each employee, okay, or for each employee in the response, okay, if employee first name is equal to if, then console.log, or log on the console employee email, right? It's that simple. So now if I send this, it will print or perform the exact same thing, right? So you'll see that email got printed here as well. So if I clear and send it again, you will see the functionality is exactly same as we had done for the for loop, right? But for each is a lot simpler as compared to for loop. Okay, now this is again the for loop. Now the other approach is the find. Okay, so how to use find? So there is a method find which we have already understood previously. We can also use find to do same stuff. Okay, so we can say, okay, on the array we can use the function find. So we'll say find, okay, and now find also use the callback function, right? So we can use exactly, basically in the exact same way as we used for each, we can use find as well. So within this we can define the callback function. We can say, okay, find employee, okay, again arrow function, and then the condition within there. So if, okay, and this is exactly same, right? So we can just copy paste here. Okay, this is exactly same condition that we used in the for each. Okay, let me uncomment these two lines. So exactly same, we can basically do the same thing with the for each and the find. So here you read it something like that. So for find employee from the response array, okay, if employee first name is equal to if, then console.log print the email of the employee, right? So exactly same what for each will do, but a different method, right? So if we send this on the console, we'll see exact same result. Okay, so these are, you know, very important functions or the loops that we need to understand. Basically, first approach was with the for loop, the second was with the for each, and the third is with find, right? So you can use either of these, but I would highly recommend using the simpler forms so that it's easier for you to maintain, easier for others to understand as well. So using find or for each will be really, really helpful. Okay, but in terms of learning, it's always good to learn as much as you can, because somewhere or the other, if things are not achievable with a particular function or method, then you have the option to apply different techniques there. That's why we are learning all of the stuff here. So that's all for this video. I hope it was helpful. Thank you very much for watching.